she looks down at Kube. And Kube, man, he's just like, oh, it's happening. Oh, my God, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. It's like, after all this time, Madoka, thank you so much. You're about to become a magical girl. And she, like, looks him, like, dead in his beady red eyes. Just looks at him with just such disgust, such disdain. He's just looking at her blankly. Just looking at her blankly. His little smiles, little red eyes and everything. And, she's like, you're a monster. He's like, hey, well, you can call me whatever you want, Toots. It's fine with me. I was like, hey, what's your wish? All right, my friends, let's go ahead and get to it. My review, my spoiler review, my scene by scene by scene breakdown to Madoka Magica episode 12, the finale, the final episode, not of just this season, chat, but of this series. Yes, there's a movie I need to eventually watch, and I will watch it. I will do a commentary for it, and most likely a review, a spoiler review, a scene by scene by scene breakdown. But for now, it's over. For now, it's over, chat. And first of all, let me just say, as I've said before, for these requested review series that I've done, like Yu Yu Hakusho, which is requested by Glee, and that was so fun reviewing those 4 seasons, such a blast. This, too, has been a blast to review, and I do hope you guys have really enjoyed these reviews. Again, huge thank you to, of course, Dat Chicken Wayne Isaac Stevenson for suggesting this, for paying for it, obviously, and also for the audio video commentaries as well on the Patreon. If you guys also enjoy these reviews, and I really encourage you to check out those audio commentaries. All of them are up there. All of them are up there at the $2 tier level, very inexpensive. All 12, chat, and I will eventually do the movie one day at some point. I think that'd be fun. Maybe sometime before the end of the summer I can do that. I think that'd be great. But yeah, this show overall has just been a wonderful deconstructive take on the magical girl subgenre, you know, in anime. Stuff like Sailor Moon, a nice dark twisted mirror version of it, but still at the same time being really entertaining, featuring great characters, great animation, and yeah, just wonderfully dark twists and turns throughout. It's been a blast to review. But to give you a brief recap of the previous episodes leading up to this one, we found out that Homura, she's been in a Groundhog's Day situation where her whole wish was based around trying to go back in time and saving as many of her friends as possible, but in particular, Madoka. She kept failing over and over and over and over again. And who knows how long she's been in this Groundhog's Day time loop, done it tens of times, hundreds of times, thousands, if not millions, billions. Who knows how long she has spent in this loop, reliving it. But because she's been doing this for so long, she's made Madoka like a fixed point in time. She's made the situation around her more difficult each time for herself and the various other characters that interact with Madoka, making it seemingly inevitable that she will constantly fail. And we see her going up against what is described as the most powerful witch that they've encountered, Walpurgisnacht. And she is not able to defeat Walpurgisnacht. And she has lost hope. And her soul gem is being corrupted. And it seems as if it's about to birth a grief seed, which will then turn her into an equally powerful witch. So all hope is lost. But Madoka arrives with Kube, that little son of a bitch. I love Kube, but I fucking hate him too. The villain I love to hate. She arrives more confident than ever. And she's there to comfort Homura and say, hey, I know what you've been doing. I understand everything now. And you can rest. You can rest because now I know what I need to do. I need to become a magical girl. I want to thank you for everything that you've done, for your entire role in all of this. But you can stop now and you can rest. And she gets up and Homura, she's like begging her. She's like, don't do this, please. I've done this every single time so you don't become a magical girl. And Madoka is just like, I understand, I know, but I know a way to fix all of this. I think I know what I need to do. I just need you to trust me. I need you to give me this chance so I can fix all of this. I can try to fix all of it. And Homura's just like, okay, I trust you. I've always trusted you. And she's like, thank you. And Madoka, she seemingly more confident than ever she's been. It's like total, like her personality is just like steadfast now. She's not as meek as she sometimes has been presented. Like, she's just like fucking, she stands up straight and everything like that. She's looking at Walpurgisnacht and she looks down at Kube. And Kube, man, he's just like, it's happening. Oh my God, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. It's like, after all this time, Madoka, thank you so much. You're about to become a magical girl. And she like looks him like dead in his beady red eyes, just looks at him with just such disgust, such disdain. He's just looking at her blankly, his little smiles, little red eyes and everything. And she's like, you're a monster. He's like, hey, well, you can call me whatever you want, Toots. It's fine with me. I was like, hey, what's your wish? You can wish for anything. You're a fixed point in time. And you could be a universe-changing event. You can wish for anything, so what's it gonna be? How are we gonna stop entropy? How are we gonna keep this whole thing going more and more and more for forever and ever and ever? And Madoka's like, this is my wish, Kube. And Kube's like, lay it on me, sister. I got it. I got you. Whatever you want. And she says, I wish to erase all witches from existence before they're ever even born. Every witch in the universe, from the past, the present, and the future, with my own hands. And Kube's just like, wait, what? He's dumbfounded. He's shocked. And for the first time, he's like, you can't, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And for the first time, he loses a step. He displays just the littlest, the tiniest bit of emotion. And it's just like, oh, fuck, she got him. And the wish is granted. He's like, no. and this huge explosion of energy happens because of the wish itself, the ramifications of this wish, how it literally affects this entire universe. Erasing all witches from every point in history, past, present, future, throughout the entire, not just Earth, throughout the entire universe, because Kube's species has been doing this for God knows how long, millions, billions, trillions of years. We don't even know. And he's like, you're going to stop all of it. And what happens is, Madoka essentially, as he even said, like, you can have the power of a god. And he's like, he didn't know exactly how powerful. And I'm not saying, and he thought little g. He thought little g, chat? No. Capital G. Madoka is capital G God. And the shaper of the universe itself. And she, like, ends her wish by saying, give me what I fucking want, incubator. She doesn't even call him Kube anymore. And he's like, yeah. He's like forced to grant the wish because that's what she wanted. And this completely it destroys the incubator system, throwing everything into momentary chaos before Madoka, as this new god, not little g, capital G, grasps control of it. But as she becomes so powerful, we quickly cut. Cut because now she can shape reality. Now she can relive certain moments. She can go to different places of time, like at her own will. And we see this. It's this first little sequence, and she's in the apartment of Mommy, and they're talking. Mommy, who got her head chopped off, eaten in episode 3. And Mommy's just like, it's so good to see you again, Madoka. You do understand, like, the ramifications of this wish, what it's doing, what it will do, what it forever will do. And and Madoka's just like, I know what my choice is. Like, you're never going to be the same. You're never going to be able to interact with anyone as you once were before. You'll be beyond perceptions of normal reality, of imagination. And she's like, I understand the consequences. And then Kyoko shows up. She's like, hey, everybody, I'm live. Here, I'm back. And she's like, listen, Monica, for the longest time, I thought you were very nice, but, you're kind of like a pushover and meek, but that fucking wish of yours, that took fucking balls, girl. That took balls. That was amazing. And you know what? You do it how you want to do it. You thought of a wish that none of us would have ever thought of, and my non-existent hat is off to you. Our non-existent hats are off to Monica Milady, right? And you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it your way. That's how she's gonna do it, chap. Right? And then we just see after that scene, her talking with those friends. In whatever realm of reality that was. Monica's just seen, like, in her fucking epic, it's not even like the ones that we've seen in the opening, her pink outfit's like even more regal and majestic and shit. And she's literally just traveling through space and time, going to different places on Earth, healing all these defeated magic girls who are about to become witches, And we see like all these major historical figures and moments in time where it's like, oh, we thought it was because of, this civilization or this conqueror or anything else in between. But it was actually, it wasn't a human-made conflict. It was actually to do with like the witches and the magical girls and things. And so she goes to like Cleopatra and she makes sure that she doesn't have to go through, that. Joan of Arc, and she's about to be burned on the stake. She fucking goes to the Holocaust, chat. She goes to like between 1939 and 1945. She goes onto the trains. And she visits Anne Frank, and it's just like, wow. Like Anne Frank was a magic girl in this world. And she's just doing this time and time again. So all this suffering will end, so human civilization won't be manipulated and abused and corrupted by Kube and his entire species. She's reversing all this damage here on Earth, and then obviously throughout the universe itself and all these other planets. Eventually, we cut back to Homura. And she's awake on the moon. She's like, what the hell? And she's naked. She's like, why am I naked? I don't know, honey. I don't know. It's the beginning of everything. It's the end of everything. Who even knows? But she's awake on the moon. She's naked. And she's like, what? And she sees this giant, massive asteroid. It's like colored. It's like the rainbow. It's Pride fucking a month in the universe, apparently, Chad, outer space. This huge, colorful asteroid is just hurtling towards Earth. And then we hear Kube's voice. Kube's fucking pissed. Kube is just like, she thought she can stop all this, but she can't, all right? Destruction is inevitable. It's inevitable. And she can absorb all these things. She can prevent all these magicals becoming witches, but she herself is the most powerful magical ever created, and she herself will become a witch, and she'll destroy the world in which she originated from, and the universe itself will end. And so none of this even fucking matters, and he's just a little pissed. He's pissed off. But then all of a sudden, as the asteroid seemingly like explodes across Earth, unleashes all the witches' souls that now make up Monica's circling. But then all of a sudden, Monica's like, this is not how it ends. I am God now, okay? Not little g, capital G, God. And she has this epic cosmic Sailor Moon transformation in outer space. And she creates this giant fucking bow. And she's able to cleanse all those witches' souls and destroy it. It's like, it can't. Like, that was my wish. I'm always going to be in this cycle. It's always going to be this way. But there will be no more witches. There will be no more suffering like this. And Homura is just... she's besides herself of grief because she thinks that, she's like, why did you do this? You put yourself in the limbo. You're going to live this way. This is not a way to live. And Monica, she's trying to comfort her. She's like, this was my choice. You've fought for me for how long? You can't even remember anymore. At the least I can do is do the same thing for you and everyone else. Yes, things will be different. But it will be better. And I know that I can make... and they're naked, too, which is kind of weird. They're both kind of naked, even they're, like, hugging and stuff, and I'm just like, all right, a little weird. But it's very wholesome. It's very sweet. And she's comforting Homura. And she's like, it's okay. And, she's like, Kube also mentions, like, and they'll never remember her sacrifices because she's too ethereal. She's too cosmic. It's like they won't be able to grasp her. She'll be forgotten. It'll be as if she never exists. And she's like, shut the fuck up, Kube. I was like, yeah, tell Kube to shut the fuck up. And Homura is sad about that because the reason why she did all these things because Madoka was her first true friend. It was the one that made her feel good, to feel confident, and she loves her. And she's scared. She's like, I don't want to forget you. I won't remember you. And Madoka says, you will. You will remember me. And she's like, how do you know? And she's just like, you know what? I can't answer that. I know I'm capital G God now, but I think you will. Kube, he likes to hear himself talk, but you never know. You never know. And if you're the only one, even if you can't remember me, even if you can't feel me, I'm going to be there. I'll always be there by your side because she's God. And she's like, but even if you don't remember me, here. And she unravels her little hair ribbon. She has this hair ribbon that she's worn throughout the entire series, and she gives it to her. And she's like, you know what? It looks better on you than it ever did on me. And you need to go back home, and you need to live your life with all those other people. And I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be fruitful. And I know you will be because you're a good person. You always will be because you have been. So thank you. And they fucking hug and they do a little smoocheroo. Friends, sure, quote unquote. And she sends her back home. We then cut to Kyosuke. He's back, Kyosuke. And he's performing Ave Maria on his violin in front of like these judges or whatever. And he's performing it beautifully. But then we notice in the back of this auditorium, like the judges in the front, and in the back of the auditorium, we see Madoka and Sayaka, and they're watching. And Madoka basically says, like, listen, I can let this wish go. I can let it, like, he will always be healed, because if she reverses everything, he could end up, like, having his arm fucked up again, and he wouldn't be able to play. But if you want me to keep it this way, you're gonna have to come with me. That's inevitably what you have to do, And Sayako is watching this, she says, I love him, but at the same time, I want him to live a normal life. I've always wanted him just to be able to play his violin, to hear his music one last time, and to know that he's happy and that he'll be happy with Hitomi. That makes this okay. And so if this is the way it has to be, then I'm okay with it. And spending eternity with my best friend in the world doesn't sound too bad. And Madoka smiles. She's like, are you ready to go? And she's like, I'm ready to go. And he's like, okay. But in order to go, she needs to die first. She needs to die, chat. And so then suddenly we cut. And we're in the middle of this battle with the other magical girls, with Homura and Mami and Kyoko. And Sayaka's there. And this establishes the status quo for this new world. And where they're fighting this witch. And Sayaka unleashes the power of her soul gem. But it instead of it becoming a witch, it just kills her and it destroys. Actually, it's not a witch. Excuse me. It's a whole new creature. This demon. This. I think they call them like grief demons or something, right? So it's like this new entity, and the girls like they see her or like she just fucking explodes, just disappears. They have no idea what happened to her, and they don't understand like what the hell happened. But then Mami says, "Oh, this is just the way of things. Like we make these deals and." We fight, but there's always a risk that, our soul gems could expire, and that's it for us, that we die. They don't become witches anymore. And so, before Madoka sent Homura back, she says, like, magical girls protect people from all the evils across history, across space and time and everything, and that will be consistent, but I can change the means at which they do so and what happens to them. And so they still have the contracts, But they don't become witches. Like that concept is gone, but they still fight like evil and everything. But then Homura, she kind of goes back in her body, and she's like, what? Because this is a whole new reality, whole new universe that was created in Madoka's own image and imagination. And so she goes back in her body, and she starts fucking crying because she's like, Madoka, and they're like, what's wrong? Homura, what's wrong? What's Madoka? Who's Madoka? What are you talking about? And like they don't remember her at all at this point. Only Homura seems to remember Madoka, while the other girls have just, forgotten. It's sometime later on, and Homura is just at the beach, and she later comes across Madoka's brother, what was her brother, Tatsuya, I think his name was. And he's just saying, Madoka. He's saying baby talk. Madoka's like, what? And she picks up on that. And she notices him drawing a picture. It's of Madoka in the sand. And she kind of interacts with him. And he sees the ribbon. That looks familiar. And it's just like, so does he seem to have some sort of connection to her or whatever? And then he goes to like pull on or try to reach for the ribbon. But then the parents come in. The fucking drunk, the lush and the husband. Who makes a great breakfast, by the way, makes great coffee. But they're like, no, Tatsuya, don't pull girls' hair. We told you that's not nice. Hi, Mommy, Madoka. And we're like, oh, we're so sorry, miss. Did you say your name was Madoka? And she says, oh, no, that's what your son was saying. They're like, oh, yeah, he's just been saying it for the longest time. I think Madoka's just like his imaginary friend. You know how kids are at this age. He's like, yeah. And they're looking at her and they're thinking like, are you okay and everything? She's like, yeah, I'm good. I go, you're like by yourself. Are you good? She's like, yeah. And Dad's like, oh, honey, he wants to play like near the ocean. How you keep talking to this lovely girl who's playing with her son? And they're like, cool. And so her, Homura and what was Madoka's mother had this conversation, and they don't know who Madoka is, like at all. And through their talks, Madoka's mother is just like, if I just ever had a daughter, I hope she's just like you. I would love it if she's just like you. And she's like, that's really sweet of you to say. And she's like, compliments the ribbon in your hair. She's like, some of that ribbon. Like my kid's looking at it. It's like, yeah, there's something about it. She's like, do you want it? And you want it? She's like, no. I mean, if I had a daughter, I'd give it to her. I think she looked beautiful with it, but it looks beautiful on you, honey. It really does. And I'm sorry if this is weird. It's just I don't know. I felt like I needed to talk to you for some reason. I don't know. I just seen you interact with my son. It triggered something like in my head, and I don't know. I can't shake it. It was very wholesome. I mean, it reminded me of something that I can't remember, to be honest. And she's like, no, I understand. I get it. And I'm sure if you had a daughter, she would be wonderful, and she would be amazing, and an incredible person. She's like, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you. And then later on, we cut from all that, and it's Homura. She's sitting on top of this unfinished skyscraper, and and then also Madoka's mother also says this. She says, the name Madoka makes me feel like very nostalgic, and so there's some vestiges of Madoka still connected to some of these people that she might have been most close with, which of course was Homura and obviously her family and her brother. So it's like, that's kind of cool. So they still feel something, even though they don't know what exactly it is. But they don't know that they had a daughter. But then we cut to this skyscraper, this unfinished skyscraper, and Homura is sitting on top of it, and it's her telling the story of everything that's happened from from episode 1 all the way to now, and she's talking to Kube, who questions if any of this is even possible. He's just like, I don't know about that. Like, doing that kind of wish, that doesn't seem possible, even through the power of one's imagination to shape reality to their will. It's just like, well, that's what you used to do. And he's just like, you saying that's what I used to do, but I don't even remember doing that, okay? I think the process of turning magical girls into witches, that's ridiculous. I don't even see why someone would do that. So she changed, even Kube and his entire species and how they perceive reality and how they have influenced human history and created magic girls themselves. So they're not nearly they're still emotionless and stuff, and they still can't grasp me emotions, but they're not nearly as cruel as they once were. So I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'm glad that they were able to defeat Kube And he's not like, he's just a shell of his former self. He doesn't even realize he's a shell of his former self. And just like, yeah, fuck you, Kube. I love him though. He's a great villain. And she's like, yep. But, this whole world, there's still, massive threats in it. Magical girls are still needed. And we see across the skyline these giant demons, these monstrous like wraiths and specters and ghosts are like flying across the city. And it's the job of magical girls to defeat them and to take what's left of them, like the vestiges, they're like these little cube-shaped, like black cubes, I suppose like grief seeds, and then these are also then given to Kube to absorb or dispense with, or the combat entropy. I'm not sure, but Homura is reflecting pretty much just on this new universe, thinking that that this is the grief-filled world that Madoka created, but at the same time she entrusted people like Homura and Mami and Kyoko and everyone else to protect, and it's better. It's not perfect, but maybe that's the point. Like, what can be perfect? Magic girls need to exist. They need to inspire hope. They need to defeat these things in order to inspire humanity and countless other civilizations across the cosmos, across the universe. But she'll never forget Madoka's wish. And she'll always appreciate that. And it'll always be the thing that motivates her. And even though other people won't know about Madoka, she will always know. And she'll be sure to tell people about her when she can. And then Kube kind of then wraps around her shoulders, and they jump off the side of the skyscraper, and all these demons are like, like they all look at her and observe, because they're like, some of them are huge, some of them are like sitting on the top of the skyscrapers like that, and she like extends like these huge wings that she has, these huge magical wings, and she summons the bow and arrow that Madoka once used, and she just starts firing off these massive light arrows and engages in this just citywide battle with these things, and then it just cuts to black. But that's not the end, because we get one last scene. And this one was like, oh, does this lead into like the movie or something? Well, we see like it's this desert, and we see all these other like monstrous creatures like roaming it, and they're all horrifying and stuff. But then we see Homura also walking in the desert towards them, and she's like running really fast. But then we see like this entity around her. We hear Madoka's voice, and Madoka's just saying like, I told you I'd always be there, even you can't see me, even though you can't hear me, even if you can't feel me, I'm always gonna be there to protect you. I love you. And then she rushes to engage these creatures and to continue the being a magical girl and saving the world and protecting the innocents that reside within it. And that, my friends, is my review, my spoiler review, my scene by scene breakdown to Madoka Magica, the finale of Madoka Magica, episode 12. Hope you enjoyed it, chat. What a saga it's been. So cool, so goddamn good. I'm glad Kube got his little fucking mind right. I was like, good, you don't deserve it. Oh, man. Secret prequel to Sailor Moon. I know, when it just sets up Sailor Moon, that'd be nuts. Well, it's a deconstructive take on Sailor Moon. But it's fun stuff, chat. Fun stuff indeed. Friend, sure, yeah. Katria, hands. Good to see you, Katria. Look at that little happy tabby dino dance. And on a 3-month streak. Thank you so much. 11 months. That's almost a full year. Thank you, Katria. So good to have you here. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. I know Katria's been watching the show as well. There you go. Hamiltonburg, what'd you miss? 3 reviews, my friend, back to back to back. I did a review for House of the Dragon Season 2, My Adventures of Superman Season 2. Just did my review for Madoka Magica, Episode 12, the finale. Still got to watch that movie eventually. But yeah, finish the series. Move on. Dat Chicken Wayne, Isaac Stevenson, resubscribing 45 months on a 45-month streak. And the person I have to thank for these reviews, for these audio video commentaries, is indeed Dat Chicken Wayne, Isaac Stevenson. Thank you so much, good sir, for all this. Great choice. Isaac, he likes to suggest fucked up animes for me to review, but they're always good, always consistently great. From Wicked City to Madoka Magica, all entertaining. It was a journey. Had to be there when it was actively showing, but glad you made it. Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, because this originally came out in 2011, 2012, but it was fun it was fun to talk about, fun to review. It was great. Fun to do the audio commentaries for. Episode 3, I was like, what the fuck? Right? I call this ending. I was on episode 3 or 4 and thought, why doesn't Monica just wish the witches from existence? Yeah, exactly. That was, it makes sense. I thought, is she going to kill herself? My original prediction, like going into episode 12, because I didn't see like any spoilers. I was very, very lucky, even though this had been out for a while. But going into it, I thought she was going to wish, like, I thought she was going to wish that I never existed. I thought that's what it was going to be, and then it would, like, ended this, and then, like, the threat, right? And then you would still have magical girls and things, but it come to, like, this sad, tragic cost. But she's like, I'm going to become a big G god. Or in this case, just, like, no more witches. And Kube's like, fuck! And it pissed him off. That was the one time where he displayed a little bit of emotion. And, but he had to grant it. He had to grant it because that's what it was wished for. I thought that was cool. I like that a lot. So, yeah, there you go. It all worked out. I'm excited, though. She's Sailor Moon. She's straight up Sailor Moon Jesus. Got a lot of different Jesuses, Chad. Got Marvel Jesus, Sailor Moon Jesus. It's good stuff. But I'm interested to see the movie. And I imagine that last scene kind of hints at the movie and the plot and, like, these new monsters that they have to defeat. But now it doesn't come at the... I mean, you could still die. And you still have to fight against them. But now it doesn't come at the risk of becoming one of them, becoming a witch. So... I'll just wait till the movie time. 4th movie's in the works. So here's the thing. There's 4th movie in the works, but the first 2 movies, they're pretty much just like truncated versions of the episodes. Like it's the episodes combined, except they're truncated. I heard the 3rd movie is like the actual sequel. And then another 4th movie's in the works. That's cool. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I think we've discussed that before. But yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely review. I can definitely do reviews for the films at some point. I'll have your commentaries for them as well. So that should be a blast. I look forward to that, chat. I hope you guys do too. Hope you like this review series. For now, I mean, I'll still be reviewing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, obviously. I'll be doing that this week. Do episode 12 of that. But in terms of my next anime review, I will be doing Elfenlied. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Which, I've heard it's really fucked up. So you have that to look forward to, and should be super fun. Yeah. But for right now, my friends, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play a little bit of multiplayer games. How about that? Let's do some multiplayer. We're gonna play some Jackbox. Oh boy, I watched that one in high school. It was pretty dark, pretty messed up. Cool. Looking forward to it.